Are we live and kicking? Not seeing live yet. Hello, welcome guys. Race day, Austrian Grand Prix. Thank you for joining me for the watch along. We are now 7 minutes away from lights out. It's a big one. George Russell, back-to-back pole positions. Can he take a win? It's a big one. He's got two Ferraris right behind him, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, and then Kimi Antonelli. And never right Max Verstappen out in 5th place. We got a dramatic end to the qualifying session yesterday. After all the drama, George Russell eventually did keep that pole position, and probably rightly so, if he did the right thing. I think the questions a lot of people have been asking is, why was it not a double waved yellow? You've got a car in the barrier at the fastest corner on the circuit, and should safety or the safest option have come first? If you're a Ferrari fan, absolutely it should have. Welcome, Pedal to the Metal, guys. Primcat, Kimi Phoenix, thank you for joining along. Yeah, appreciate that. Oh, it's a big day for us Ferrari guys, isn't it? I've got a feeling that Ferrari winning this. I don't know why, but they are. Do you get in the comments split strategy if you're Ferrari? I think that's one of the big questions pre-race start. Strategy options are, it's going to be pretty much 2-stop. There was last year someone did a 1-stop and got into the points. I think it was Fernando Alonso, 11th to 7th he did. We've also seen Nico Hulkenberg. He did a strategy, got himself up to P9 last year as well, and that was a soft start strategy with 2 mediums or a medium hard. So it can work. 1-stop, 2 stops, mix of soft, medium, hard, or soft, hard, medium. We'll also see, I think the best strategy that Pirelli have said for the race is a medium, hard option. That's the optimal one. But with the heat and the way they've seen Deg, I think potentially that there is a 3-stop strategy option. Hamilton will win. Yeah, I think so as well, to be honest with you. Well, I don't know. I'm a bit torn between Hamilton and Charles, but we've seen the form that Lewis is on. The way he's driving at the minute is absolutely brilliant. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see that. And it'd be great if we can get a back-to-back Lewis Hamilton victory. Kimi's the man boy. Yeah, I think, yeah. Well, either a Kimi or a Lewis victory, I'll be happy. I mean, to be fair, even if Charles won, just not George Russell, to be honest with you. I just want the run that Kimi Antonelli's on to just keep going. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Man boy. Either way, isn't it? He's absolutely smashed it out of the park, though, as a young kid. But we'll see how he gets on. I'll just clear up some of my stuff. But yes, big race. Every race feels like a big race at the moment, which is always nice, isn't it? You don't want to go into a race weekend where it's like, we know who's going to win. It's with the last couple of Grand Prix have just been brilliant, haven't they? Some fantastic driving with some guys just perform absolutely brilliantly. It's Max all the way. You can't put Max past anything, can you? Max is starting 5th on the mediums. The only one, it looks like everybody's on mediums. It's only Bortoletto that's on the softs that's up there. Otherwise, it's, yes. Everybody on mediums apart from Sainz and Bortoletto. So Bortoletto going to take the Yeah, Bortoletto trying to go down the Nicky Hulkenberg route from last year on strategy, isn't it? So the grid is, well, they're going through it. If you're watching it, the 11th and 12th, they're talking about Pierre Gasly, Bortoletto. But it is Lance Stroll at the back, Fernando Alonso ahead of him in 21st place. Then comes Valtteri Bottas, the first or the last of the two Cadillacs, followed by Perez in 19th. Alex Albon 18th, Sainz just ahead of him in 17th place, Franco Colapinto in 16th, Ocon 15th, Hulkenberg 14th, Berman 13th, Bortoletto 12th, then Pierre Gasly just missed out, didn't he, of kicking Max Verstappen out in Q2 yesterday. Part starts P11. Then come the two Racing Bulls, and they've had a good upturn in performance, haven't they, for the last couple of Grand Prix? They went through that dip, but they're now back into top 10 challenges. So been very impressed with the two Racing Bulls. It's Lindblad behind Liam Lawson in 9th. Then come the two McLarens, Oscar Piastri in 7th, Lando Norris in 6th. Apparently there's some brake issue with Lando Norris, but he did feel like confident that it should fix pre-race. I don't know if that's just an issue that they've been having for a little while, but that's where they stand. Max Verstappen in 5th, then Kimi Antonelli 4th place. Then the two Ferraris, Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, and then George Russell on pole position. As we are like just getting ready for the formation lap. Yes. So we've got a Kimi, Max, and Lewis victory. And I can't remember who said, but I've got a Ferrari victory, and I can't pick between Charles or Lewis at the moment. I'm going to go for a Charles Leclerc win. Just because we'll have 4 different options for one of us can celebrate at least, isn't it? At the end of the show, yeah, at the end of the race, we'll see what happens. But yeah, get your predictions in early in the comments. We'll see how we get on, won't we? We need to. Are we worried about DNFs? That's the big talk. As we will be if you're Mercedes, won't they? They've had a few over the last Grand Prix. Have they fixed their heating issue? Is what they've whittled it down to in the end, with the battery problem where it just dies completely. It gets too hot and it cuts off, and that's been the problem with Russell, Antonelli. I guess they'll be nervous where it's really hot, where it is really hot in Austria as well. We'll see how that happens and what happens with that. So yeah, the strategy options as they pop up now on screen is medium, hard, hard, or medium, hard, medium. Well, we've seen someone with a Norris DNF. I wouldn't be surprised. Norris has had a horrid time with car issues, hasn't he, this season? One that's been affected probably the most, especially if there's been any bad luck on the McLaren side, it's fallen on Lando Norris's side of the garage. Not that both have been good at any point, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Alonso DNF. Yeah. Well, Bottas DNF. Has he got to at the end of a Grand Prix at any point? Yeah, he hasn't. I don't think. I can't remember the last time Valtteri Bottas has seen the checkered flag. Has he seen one this season? Formation lap started. They are, so you can see, just lining back up on the grid. It's a quick formation lap, this one, isn't it? Maybe Bottas will get on the podium. The podium of last places. DNFs. He deserves it, doesn't he? Bottas needs an upturn, doesn't he? He just needs to get to the end of the race, I think. He's barely had, I think probably the most he's done is about 15, 20 laps of a race. Yeah, you're on that one, Kimi. Yeah, if everyone DNFs, we've got a chance, haven't we? So we'll see. The car's finally coming around. I think I'm a bit delayed on where you guys might be, but we'll see. Cars just lining up. We're waiting for the two Aston Martins. Here we go. They are all lined up on the grid. Green flag at the back. Green flashing lights. Engines revving. Here we go. 1 light, 2, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Off we go. Good start from George Russell. Charles Leclerc's got a decent start. George goes chop him straight across to protect the inside line. Lewis got Antonelli around the outside. Everybody's gone away cleanly. Oh, a bit of a wiggle from Charles Leclerc coming out of the first corner. Gives Russell a little bit of a breather there, didn't he? Antonelli all over the back of Lewis Hamilton. George, or is it a McLaren trying to go on the inside of a Verstappen. Antonelli off the track. He's just ahead of Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton's all over the back of Charles Leclerc. Is he going down the inside? 2 Ferraris. They don't want to touch there. We've seen that happen. That's close. I think Charles Leclerc just holds on to... Oh, no, he's not, is he? Lewis is through. He's through on the inside of the second or third, fifth or sixth corner there. Whoa. Big move for Lewis Hamilton. Big move from Lewis Hamilton in the race. That is crucial for him. He wanted to be the first Ferrari, especially when it comes to strategy options. You want to put your place in. Kimi Antonelli's all over the back of Charles Leclerc now, isn't he? George Russell's got a bit of a breather up at the top. Yeah, let's see what happens there. Antonelli, Leclerc. Oh, they both run wide. Antonelli really wide. That's sort of track limits, that, isn't it? He's going to have to be careful already, Kimi Antonelli. He gives the position back. He's going to give Max Verstappen around the outside. Antonelli onto the inside. There's 3 abreast. Oh, Verstappen. Antonelli on the inside. Max Verstappen on the outside. Is he going to go move around the outside of Charles Leclerc? No, is he going to duck on the inside of Charles Leclerc? Charles Leclerc's battling with Max Verstappen. Verstappen with a great exit there. Oh, he's up! Max Verstappen, and at the back we've got the 2 McLarens haunting all over Kimi Antonelli. Max Verstappen, 2 cars in, what, a corner and a half? Max Verstappen, boys. What's happened to Kimi? I think he just overdid it, didn't he, with his battle with Charles Leclerc? Put him on the back foot. He let Charles through. But while doing that, he's let Max Verstappen through as well. And Max got the run on Charles Leclerc also. My brakes are on fire. Valtteri Bottas. And we were just talking about Valtteri, weren't we, with DNFs. His lap 3, his his brakes are on fire. Lewis Hamilton with the fastest lap of the race now. He's getting onto the back of George Russell. Oof, what an opening couple of laps there. Oh my God, Charles Leclerc, it's not gone well for him, has it? It's gone from 2nd down to 4th place, swamped by his teammate, and then, with the battle with Antonelli and Max Verstappen, it's not Antonelli that's got through, it's Max Verstappen, and that car is going to be hard to pass down that straight, especially with that huge rear wing when that opens. We'll see. I think the better part of the Ferrari is the deg. They manage the car and the deg better. Bottas in the pits. Is that a DNF? Looks like it, isn't it? Brakes getting smoked out. We talked about that pre-race. Bottas is now, this is lap 3, and he's already out of the race. Brakes on fire. Ooh. Liam Lawson on fire. I've got fire in my car. Liam Lawson as well. This is a bit dramatic, isn't it? What is going on here? Piastri is past Lando Norris up into 6th place. That we've seen that battle around the back. I think that was happening when Charles and Max were fighting. Isaac Hadjar dives up into the inside of Liam Lawson, gets his position back up into P8. Oh, Liam Lawson defends that well, doesn't he? Good battle between Lawson. His car's on fire, but he's a man on fire as well at the moment, isn't he? He's defending that hard. Nice move on the inside by Isaac Hadjar. I think he's made this one stick now down the hill. Yeah, he's got the inside line. Nice move from Isaac Hadjar. The racing has been frantic already. We're already 4 or 5 laps into this race. It's a long race, 71 laps. It's a short circuit, this one, but we'll see what happens with Liam Lawson. He's fighting and driving well, despite saying he's got fire in his car. So it's sort of go faster fire at the moment, isn't it, with the Racing Bulls? But we'll see how that one pans out for him. It'd be a shame if that's going to happen already. I'm still on fire, Liam Lawson. Lap 5 as he crosses the line. I don't know where he's on fire. You would, wouldn't you, Kimi? Like, Bottas, Perez in the pits as well. What's happened to Sergio? I have a lot of smoke in the cockpit. Oh, geez. This is not what you wanted. Double DNF already. 4 laps in from the Cadillac boys. Perez in the pits. They're not on fire, the brakes of Sergio Perez. They're reporting, but it's he's out. Bortoletto Gasly incident forcing another driver off track. I've not seen that one. If you have, get in the comments on that one. I've completely missed it. Lewis, 1.2 back of George Russell. The undercut is not going to be as strong here as we've seen in previous years. And what we really needed was actually Charles and Lewis to run alongside each other, aren't they? Together and fight up ahead. But at the moment, it's Charles Leclerc looking backwards. Kimi Antonelli all over the back of Antonelli all over the back of Charles Leclerc at the moment. That's the battle at the moment. There's a bit of a spread there, though. Then behind Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen about 1.5 seconds back, with Charles Leclerc about 2 seconds back on Max Verstappen. I don't know where the pace is in Charles Leclerc. The one that I just tipped to win is just dropped back, hasn't he, from 2nd to 4th very quickly and early on there. So we'll see what happens going forwards. Long way to go, though, yet. Everyone will be in first, so maybe Stroll will win. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past it. It's just a crazy race, isn't it? We've dropped 2 cars already. Both Cadillacs, unfortunately, out. Barely got the race going, haven't we? And we've already seen 2 DNFs. Antonelli is about 8 tenths back, isn't he? That's a bit of too far back on Antonelli. Lewis falling into the grasp of Max Verstappen at the moment rather than looking forward, isn't he, at the minute? Is now just under a second ahead of Max Verstappen. Max looks quick. I don't think he's quick enough for... Oh, nice move. Antonelli is on the slipstream. He's got the DRS. Right on the outside. Charles Leclerc defends the inside well. Leclerc's car is sliding. The rear end is sliding so badly out of that corner. And Antonelli makes a move on the inside. No, not yet. Shut the door there. Good defending, Charles Leclerc. Good racing between the pair of them. Nice, clean racing. But Charles' rear tyres seem to have already gone. It's lap 7. Look at the drive. He's just... Is that a boost past? Antonelli just breezed past Charles Leclerc. Lap 7. It's not even the start of the lap. He's just made easy work of him. Charles Leclerc dropping back. What is going on here? He started in 2nd place. He's now down to 5th. And he's got Oscar Piastri all over the back of him. I mean, he's all over the back of him already. Good driving by Oscar Piastri, keeping himself in the hunt. As Max Verstappen now, we've made 3 tenths on Lewis Hamilton in that last lap. Oh, we're getting a battle between the big two, aren't we? Lewis and Verstappen at the moment. The Ferrari's pace is nowhere on these tyres. Absolutely nowhere. We were talking about how great they were on the tyres. It's not happened, or we've not seen that just yet. Gap 2.5 seconds, Lewis to George, and we've got 0.6. The car is moving to overstay quite quickly. Lewis Hamilton on team radio there. Is not what you need, is it? You can see that they're struggling with the rear. I mean, you could see it really badly on the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. The rear end was snaking about, and the drive that Kimi Antonelli got from there on was huge. The two Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen now need to be careful. They don't want to lose too much time battling, because now they've got Kimi Antonelli, the young man who's going to be on an absolute charge. He's in clear air, and he's hunting down the two ahead of him. Mercedes looks quick at this stage of the race. Early doors and early yet. But here comes Max. You're right, Primcat. Here comes Max Verstappen. That's not a sound, or not what you want to hear, is it, for any driver? He's generally been pretty ruthless when it comes to overtakes, and it wouldn't surprise me again. And now, tyre degradation is as expected, Charles Leclerc. I mean, yours is probably worse than expected compared to, or worse than the guys around, at least. Anyway, I mean, we're looking at stops. I read about around 18 to 20 is when the pit window opens. So they've still got 9 laps to go on these tyres yet before they can think about getting a stop in. A bit of a wobble for Lewis out of the exit. Max is, well, he's hunting, isn't he? Max is in hunting mode. Better than there goes Max. You're right, Kimi. Absolutely better than there goes Max. DRS, Max Verstappen. The battle is, he's going to take a, is he going to dive bomb? He doesn't need to really, does he? You can probably see that Ferrari struggling on traction on exit. Flippy wings. They both got flippy wings, but the Red Bulls just seems better, doesn't it, when it comes to flippy wings? But it's the traction out is where they're struggling really badly, aren't they, the Ferraris? It's been big. Max Verstappen, it's going to happen. It's not very long, is it, that we can see? You can see Lewis just looks a sitting duck. Russell has been told that Verstappen could trigger this early, is that pit stops early, and therefore he needs to eke everything out. So Russell being told to give it everything, full beans now, lap 11. Max Verstappen, big wing open. Oh, big slide out of that first time. A really bad brake pulling, Max Verstappen. On the team radio as he's coming. He's close to Lewis Hamilton now. Dive bomb! Dive bomb! Yes, he's ran him off track as almost, hasn't he? But he's keep it. Max Verstappen up into second place. We said he was coming. There he goes. Kimi, he's gone. Hamilton, drive back. No, he's got it back. Oh, big lock up. Big lock up from Max. Charles, was it? I can't tell if it was Max locking up or Lewis. Both around the outside, tries Max. Lewis has got the inside. Good camera angle. This is a great camera angle. Oh, Max is on the gravel. Lewis keeps the inside. He's going to run him wide out there. No, great racing. Lewis and Max Verstappen. Brilliant racing. Read them edge to edge. Giving no quarter, the two brilliant champions. But it's given a gap to George Russell. 5 seconds now. Absolutely what George Russell needed. But Kimi Antonelli, 1.6 behind, exactly what he needed. They're both falling into the hands of the Mercedes boys. But great racing. This is what we're here for. Max Verstappen on the hunt again. This is great. Great driving. That was really good. That's a penalty. Clear penalty, Max Verstappen. What's he... Have I missed something? It just looked like really good hard racing for me. Done deal. It looked like a done deal. It did look like a done deal. But he's holding on. Lewis Hamilton fighting every inch, not giving a quarter here. Max is a little bit further back this lap, but slide as Max Verstappen out of that corner. Is he talking of I'm not sure, they're doing a race start replay as we watch. I mean, there's more interesting things happening on track at the moment than the race start. But the McLaren got really bogged out, didn't he? And Isaac Hadjar was sniffing on the inside of a McLaren. I don't know which of the two McLarens it was from the high up shot they've got. And that sort of put Isaac back. Isaac Hadjar went for a dive bomb on the inside. A bunch of cars that actually closed him up. And great move from the Racing Bulls to get in. Pits. Lewis Hamilton pits. He's done that before Max's pit. Early doors stop. Oh, so we're not going to see the battle between Lewis and Max. Ferrari calling. Good strategy call, to be honest. You're losing race time. Get them in. Charles Leclerc pits straight as well. Lewis has come out. He's not the best, is it? He's not got clear air. He's 0.4 behind an Audi. He'd probably wanted to clear that Audi to make this race. It's going to be big now. Lewis on radio. Outlap critical. This is the team radio and the action that we needed between the two Ferrari driver. Well, the Ferrari driver, Lewis, I mean, his engineer, aren't they? They seem so on it now. It's good to see. It's got on the hard tyre. This is a big stint now for Lewis Hamilton and his charge. George, though, has got a comfortable 5-second buffer, hasn't he? It's Mercedes to lose. As it stands, Max staying out. He reckons Lewis pushed him off on the corner exit. Yeah, I thought it was just... He was ahead, Lewis, wasn't he? Right to take the racing line. There's a Mercedes lining up. Oh, that's Lewis getting past the Audi. It looked like a Ferrari on a Mercedes then, and I'm thinking, what's happened here? Charles Leclerc, has he had a slow stop? It's showing us at like 11 seconds behind Bortoletto. I'm sure the gap between Lewis and Charles wasn't that big. Yeah, I think so as well, Kimi. Smart. I just don't see there'll be a penalty on that one. Is it just me that's like a bit saying they need to be a bit harder? It looked like good racing. I think it's a good call on strategy purely because him and Max were losing time fighting each other, and well, just get Lewis in, get on the better tires. You clearly can see your tires are gone on that Ferrari. If Verstappen pits now, Lewis is ahead, but they're extending at this stage in the Grand Prix, and Kimi Antonelli is now hunting Max Verstappen. There's a gap 1.7 between Antonelli and Verstappen. Antonelli is like 7 seconds behind George Russell. The way this is going at the moment, it does look like that it's going to be a battle, if we can get one, between potentially the two Mercedes. Big lockup from Max Verstappen. He was complaining about the brakes, wasn't he? And it's a horrible brake. Verstappen and Hamilton noted. Interesting. You might be right on that one, Kimi. Let's see what happens with that one. How far along was Max Verstappen to Lewis Hamilton? I think that's going to be the critical point, isn't it, really? Max is very, very good at this. He measures this very well. And Max has been brilliant so far. This is the move that the replay of Max doing Antonelli and Charles Leclerc within entry into corner and exit out of one corner. He was brilliant. This is why you love Max Verstappen, isn't it? As a Max Verstappen fan, you must just be like buzzing because he gives every inch. Lewis Hamilton passing Lindblad. He's got a bit of traffic, hasn't he? Maybe not the best. Max does know the rules inside out. That's why it's when he tends to call for a strategy, a penalty, he's pretty bang on because he drives so close to that line, doesn't he, of the rules, which is what makes him brilliant. 20 seconds gap to Lewis and Verstappen now. Do Ferrari consider a 3-stop? George on radio. Russell thinking it's all surface overheating and a 1-stop might be on. That'd be surprising if he can pull that off, especially what we're seeing the Ferraris like. Interestingly enough, is how it's changing track to track, isn't it? The Ferraris were, well, not great on the tyres in Monaco, especially on Lewis. He pit really early, if you remember that race, just because he was killed through his tyres in the early part of the race. In Barcelona, though, we got the complete flip side of that, and Lewis was... The Ferraris were the best on their tyres compared to everyone, even better than the Mercedes. So in really hot conditions and a really difficult track for it, come Austria, and we've got a complete flip now, haven't we? It looks like now the Mercedes... I mean, it does help that George Russell is in clear air, and we'll see what Kimi Antonelli complains about. But we've seen, again, the two Ferraris both pitting early because they're not very good on their tyres. We've seen, actually, for a change, that's normally been the Red Bulls and Max Verstappen also very hard on their tyres, but Max is running well, and he's got good pace. Max did a 1:12.7 and George Russell did a 1:12.9. Is George just edging this to go for a 1-stop? Is that the right call? Max Verstappen's times are good, aren't they? Which shows he's actually been very, very good on these tyres. Yeah, they're just talking about box. Max Verstappen, lap 18, he pits. He's got a good run of about an extra 5 or 6 laps on Lewis Hamilton. But we're just talking, actually, of the tyre difference. The overcut is not that strong, not like what we've seen in Barcelona, where you'd pit and, you know, you were gaining 1.5 to 2 seconds a lap on the guys that stayed out. It's now sort of 5 laps on and you've gained about a second. Max Lewis, yeah, he's out ahead of Max Verstappen. So the battle will resume. The battle will resume. No two ways about that. Max is on fresher tyres, and he'll make that count, won't he? Antonelli now up into second place, 6.5 seconds behind Kimi Antonelli. What do you do if you're Kimi? Do you just do you run long? Run long and try a soft at the end? Russell, box. Is that covering Max Verstappen? Russell in the pits. Just needs a clean stop. Oscar in the pits. It was lap 18 to 22, isn't it? So I mean, Ferrari's pit a little bit earlier than that. McLaren, Red Bull, and Mercedes all pitting sort of bang on. The Ferraris are out of sync now, aren't they, in strategy? Yeah, Lewis. Yeah, sure. Lawson has been doing well since his car's caught on fire, hasn't he? He's had a really good drive. He's up to P10 at the moment. He's just pit. He's got a Hulkenberg ahead of him that's yet to pit. Norris been told to stay out. We're going to extend. Norris told, though, I've got no more pace. This is it. He's doing 1:13.6. Well, Antonelli that stayed out has done a 13.4. Lewis is doing 1:11.8. Max fastest lap of the race. 11.4. Max all over the back of Lewis already. About a second. He's going to be hunting him. Russell is 1.8. Was that a slow stop from George Russell? Russell was about 6 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton. He's come out just 1 point, and he's got the fresher tyres now. So there's not too much to think about that, but it's close behind, isn't it? Max is in the hunt here. He's only 2 seconds behind. Max is only, 2 seconds behind George Russell. No further investigation between Lewis and Max. I think that's fair call, that. So Lewis, no penalty there. I think it was good, hard, fair racing, in my opinion. This is it. This is a crucial stint now, isn't it? But Lewis and George on the same times, 11.9s. Max is flying, though. As Norris goes into the pits. Max on a mission now. He can see the win, can't he, Max Verstappen? Battle resumes. Battle resumes. Max Verstappen is in the DRS or the whatever rear wing opening overtake mode of Lewis Hamilton. 0.3. Lewis going defending versus. Yep. Down the inside. Max makes the move. That it done. Lewis tried to switch back. Lewis is going to go. This is a battle. That stays on the inside. I don't know what happened with the camera angle, but yeah, Lewis is ahead. He's kept it. Was that overtake use? Battle back and forth, isn't it? The yo-yoing that we've talking about. Max is going around the inside. Oh, he's running wide as well. He's moved him across. Max makes the move. A nice dive bomb there from Max Verstappen. He's up into second, net second place. He's third at the moment. Feisty. It was brilliant, Max. Antonelli saying his brakes are unbelievable going long. But that's it. Max Verstappen. He's on a charge now. George Russell, if you watch out. Could it be Max Verstappen that takes a win away from George Russell when he starts on ball? We thought it was his last weekend in Barcelona. Lewis took that victory. And can we see Max with a brilliant drive to come and take the win here? If he can pull this off. I mean, he's not lost too much time behind Lewis, Max Verstappen this time around. But the gap is about 3 seconds. So Russell did get a little breakaway on that one. Lando Norris running wide. Max has got good pace, hasn't he? Lewis dropped off. Look, he's a 12.3 on that lap. And Verstappen did an 11.7. George, though, an 11.2. That is the pace of the Mercedes at the moment. Yeah, you're right there. Pedal to the metal. The brakes will be interesting, won't they? Kimi is still going to lap 25. Last guy to pit. Is he going for the one stop that George was talking about? Car stopped on track as Kimi Antonelli pits. Under double wave yellows. Yeah, double wave yellows, not VSC yet. As is that turned into a virtual safety car? Kimi Antonelli has just he could have just got a cheap pit stop. It's a virtual safety car, but Antonelli's just pit. Oh, the timing for Kimi Antonelli. He literally done his pit stop and then under yellow flag, and then it turned into a VSC as he's come out onto the track. I mean, they'd seen that right in front of him. He stopped on track. Why did they not just give it one more lap from the Mercedes guys? That's poor strategy call from Mercedes, that. Piss poor. There's no two ways about it. That is shocking. It's Lewis's pits. Virtual safety car. How have they missed that for Kimi Antonelli? That is shite. Absolutely shit from Mercedes, that. Lewis. Oh, Lewis sold to box. You told me too late. We tried. Never mind. Lewis has pit. He's come in for softs under the VSC. That's a quick stop, but that's an interesting one from Lewis and Ferrari. They're being bold. They're being bold as Ferrari. They've pit under the virtual safety car, but they've gone for a soft tyre. He's come out P7. But, I mean, he'd only done a handful of laps on the hards. I mean, what, 11 laps on the hards? Pit lane entries closed, so nobody can pit now. Oh, that is a kick in the teeth if you're Kimi Antonelli. That's so poor from Mercedes. I'm not. They've done Kimi Antonelli all over there. He'd stopped on track right in front of you. It's yellow. Antonelli complaining about the brakes. Brakes split. One's hotter than the other. That's what Kimi Antonelli's been told with his brake issue, because he's not liking him at the moment. But we go back racing. Well, we've got a real mixing strategy now. Well, what can Ferrari and what's that call from Lewis going to do? He's now behind Kimi Antonelli, but on a completely different strategy to everybody else. Softs in this weather is questionable. Yeah, absolutely right. Pedal to the metal. That is an interesting call from Ferrari to do that. They've tried something. You can't blame them for doing that. We've said it in the past. Pit lane clear, so the pit is open. We can't gun him at that. Max, this is going to be like one of them Schumi drives where it's like you've got to just pump in qualifying laps for the next 10 laps, and this could be your race. Well, he's clearly gone for 3 stops now, hasn't he? But it's going to be a medium. Can he get far enough into the race to put a medium on at the end? I mean, they did 20-ish laps, didn't they, at the beginning? So he needs to get to sort of lap 50. That's sort of saying doing 22 laps on a softs. Really interesting call to go on the softs from the Ferraris there, to be honest with you. Questionable. But they were bang on in Barcelona, and if you can pull off sort of, I think a win is probably a little bit of a stretch. But if he can pull off a P2, and he should be on the podium because he was comfortable P3 really, and this strategy is going to be either make that a P2, and could we see a surprise win? We just don't know, do we? But let's see. Max Verstappen pumps in the fastest lap of the race. Antonelli all over the back of Charles Leclerc. He's got 11 laps fresher tyres as Kimi Antonelli over Charles Leclerc, and he's got 6 laps fresher tyres over Max Verstappen. And had he pit under the virtual safety car, the time that he'd lost just going a little bit longer to Verstappen and George Russell, he wouldn't have lost it. He would have cheap pit stop, and he'd be right there, wouldn't he? Right there in the mix behind Verstappen and George Russell. Kimi Antonelli, he's got to make easy work of Charles Leclerc here, hasn't he? I don't imagine him not doing that. The issue he's got is with his brakes, he's saying, isn't he? Maybe softs can give better traction during braking so that the brakes can be used sparingly. Yeah, I'm not sure. But Lewis is not complaining of the brakes, is it? It's Kimi Antonelli that's claiming on the brakes, and he's on the hard tyre. Lewis is just struggling with Deg, isn't he? Lewis on the back of Isaac Hadjar. He needs to be quick, doesn't he, Lewis, through traffic? He can't afford to be sort of even like half a lap or a quarter of a lap behind anybody. He's in the small mini gap. Lewis is going to make the move into turn 2, 3, isn't it? Whichever we call it. Antonelli needs to be stuck behind Charles Leclerc again, isn't he, for another bit of a lap? Aston Martin moves out the way. Hadjar defending from Lewis. Antonelli, Charles Leclerc going around the outside. Nice move. Nice move from Kimi Antonelli there. Lewis with... Oh, Lewis gets the move done on the inside of Isaac Hadjar as well. Oh, no, has he? Yellow flag infringement. He should get the move done now, isn't he? Turn 6. He's got moved around the outside of the Red Bull. Nice move. He's got 1.4 now to Oscar Piastri. Critical part. I mean, we've said that before last time, didn't I? Every part's a critical part of the race at the moment. As the Red Bull comes back at the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton. He can't afford to be battling with Isaac Hadjar here, Lewis, really, can he? He just needs to disappear and get after the McLaren. Antonelli now 9.4 behind Max Verstappen, but Max is doing really good race pace, isn't he? 11.2, the same lap time as Kimi Antonelli, 3/10 faster than George Russell that time around. We got back to Charles and the Mercedes. The Ferrari's race pace is just not there, is it, at the moment? We've not seen it at any part of the race, whether they're on a medium tyre or a hard tyre. And even on this soft tyre at the moment, Lewis' last lap was 1:11.7. And we've got Max and Antonelli doing an 11.2 and an 11.4. Doesn't look like their race at the moment, does it? Despite all the fields that I had this morning. Not quite. Battle further down, we've got Stroll. He's 6 seconds behind Fernando Alonso. A lot been going on further up front, hasn't it? But the two Racing Bulls still in the points. Liam Lawson 1.1 behind Arvid Lindblad with a car on fire. He's done a really good job, hasn't he? Lewis. Mode TS. Lewis saying he's already got no power, but he's having to go to a lower temperature or a lower engine format because of car temperatures. Not promising for Lewis, is it? The new engine, one thing Ferrari have been is bulletproof, haven't they? Let's touch some wood, and hopefully it stays that way. Don't speak too soon. No further investigation for Stroll and Alonso. Lap 33, getting up to half race distance. It is Carlos Sainz, who is, well, he's showing us just in the pits, but he's DNF'd, hasn't he? So 3 DNFs so far. The 2 Cadillacs made it, just to lap 3 and 4, or 4 and 5. Carlos Sainz stopped on track just as Kimi Antonelli pit, didn't he? What was just lap 22 or 23 or something like that. So yeah, a bit of a shame there at the timing of that for Kimi Antonelli when Carlos Sainz stopped. Then we've got Lance Stroll last. He's 5 seconds behind his teammate Fernando Alonso. Both Aston Martins on 8-lap-old softs at the moment. Fernando Alonso 25 seconds. Yes, 25 seconds behind Alex Albon. The next Williams in P17. They're doing a 1:14.7 compared to, actually the same lap time as the Williams, both doing 1:14.7, 1:14.8. But the Alpine of Franco Colapinto, who's in 16th place, is doing a 13:1. Car is about 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds a lap in race. The Aston Martins are slower than the guys ahead of them. An awful lot of work to be done for them. So yeah, at the moment it is the 2 Aston Martins. Actually, it's now P17 for Esteban Ocon. He's really struggled, hasn't he? He's had the pace of an Aston Martin or the Williams, and his teammate has generally been comfortable ahead of him. I mean, at the moment they were running next to each other, 14th, 15th, but yeah, he's just really far down, isn't he, at the moment? And Esteban Ocon in that has not happy with either the car or his performance is just really not there at the moment. So it's, yes, 19th for Stroll, 18th Alonso, 17th Ocon, Alex Albon 16th, Franco Colapinto in 15th place. He'll be disappointed. He's 9 seconds back. Was Franco Colapinto of Ollie Berman. So, and he's on older tyres as well, 3 laps older tyres, Franco Colapinto. So not a great race performance from him so far. Ollie Berman 14th. Then comes Nico Hülkenberg in 13th place. Pierre Gasly in 12th. The Alpines are mixing it with the Audis in the race at the moment. He's on 21 lap old hards, and he's got the guys around him on fresher mediums. So we'll see how that one plays out for him. So it's Hülkenberg 13th, Gasly 12th, Gabi Bortoleto 11th, Liam Lawson in 10th place, and he's had I think he's one of the right up there with his drive this race, isn't he? Car on fire, really mixing it with the McLarens and the guys up ahead. Isaac Hadjar early doors, and then he's I think it's just his car now is that issue costing him a bit of race pace. Similar race pace to his teammate at the moment. They're with less than a 10th between each other at the moment. So 9th and 10th, Liam Lawson about a second back of Lindblad. For Lando Norris, not a great race for him so far. P8, he's behind Isaac Hadjar. I think they've shown good pace of racing the Red Bulls in race. Isaac's race has been solid. Lewis Hamilton in 6th place. He's right up on the back of Oscar Piastri now on the softs. Oscar on 17 lap old hards. Lewis on 11 lap old softs, and he's hunted them down really quickly, hasn't he, in the last couple of laps when he's had to turn his engine mode down. He's got it back up again to mode race as Lewis. He needs to be quick past Oscar Piastri. And then we've got a battle with Oscar Piastri and then Charles Leclerc. Also, Kimi Antonelli third, Verstappen second, and George Russell in first. And he's just 2 seconds now ahead of George Russell. Battle for fourth is hotting up. Charles, Oscar. They're both like watching each other, aren't they? It's tight, bang wheels, Leclerc and Lewis fighting each other. Charles just needs to let Lewis pass, doesn't he? Just don't, yeah. Leclerc stays ahead of Lewis. Lewis's pace is off. Charles, 24 lap hards. Around the outside, yes, no, yes. Lewis gets around the outside of Charles Leclerc. He's from 4th to 6th. Not a race for Charles Leclerc, is it? He's just been struggling every part of the race so far. Qualified brilliantly, and Charles goes straight into the pits. Why did he hold off Lewis so long then if he was going to go straight in the pits? You've just held your teammate up. I don't understand that battling there. Lewis right all over the back of Oscar Piastri now. Half a second. Lewis on the charge. Oscar doing well, you've got to say, mixing it with the guys ahead. George Russell is not doing the laps. He's 0.2 of a lap slower than Max Verstappen. We're not really seeing the battle up in front, are we? Oh, he ran wide, apparently, turn 3 hairpin. Did Russell. And that's what's let Max in. You can't give Max a sniff. Could we see it? Could we see Max steal the win from George Russell? It looks on. There's pace in that Red Bull this weekend. And if he can come back and win it at his home Grand Prix, it didn't look on early doors, did it? Kimi Antonelli will be hoping that it's a good... Kimi's got pace, hasn't he? 11.6 he did, where the two guys ahead, race leader and Max Verstappen. Russell did a 12.6. Max did a 12.2. And Antonelli an 11.6. A second a lap faster, Kimi Antonelli, than George Russell. He's really making... This is where he's going to make the big difference, isn't he? Because he's got 6 laps fresher tyres than Verstappen. Lewis told he needs to get Piastri. It's race critical, this is, isn't it, for him? We're not seeing Max yet. It's 1.3 the gap between Max and George Russell. Can we watch it? Investigation of the race. Alex Albon with the yellow flags. Lewis dropped back a little bit from Kimi Antonelli there with a huge save. Turn 9. .3 Max needs to get in the overtake mode, and he's going to hunt down George Russell. Will Russell see a race win slip out of his grasp again? Here we go. Verstappen, Russell. Lewis dropped back now, 1.1 now. Lewis out of the overtake mode of Oscar Piastri. Isaac Hadjar pits from P7. Kimi Antonelli's pace a little bit slower that time round. He's 6.5 behind Max Verstappen, 8 seconds to the leader. If Antonelli gets a safety car pit stop, he'll be right in the mix. But he's not had one yet, has he? As Kimi Antonelli's been a little bit unlucky with the Mercedes call there. That kind of really cost him to be right in there with a fight with Max and George. So close between the pair of them. Verstappen now. Verstappen will have a 5-second penalty for Fernando Alonso. Speeding in the pit lane. He doesn't need to have another stop over George Russell. I think they'll both stop. I don't think either of them are going to the end of the race here, are they? They're still just under 30 laps to go. So it's going to get really, really close. Well, that puts Lance Stroll ahead of Fernando Alonso, doesn't it? In the battle between the two Aston Martins. 1.2. Max needs to get into this overtake mode, isn't it? And then as soon as he does that, it's what can Mercedes do? I mean, this could be a turnaround. What has George Russell got to do to get a win if it happens? Russell's been going wide and struggling out of corners. So is the issue with brakes? Oscar box. Charles Leclerc with a 10.9. Lewis box. I think that's is what's he going to go for? Russell pits. Lewis behind Oscar. Charles Leclerc through the pair of them. The undercut worked for Charles Leclerc, hasn't it? He was behind him. Final stops. He's kept ahead of Isaac Hadjar. I mean, that pit for Lewis hasn't really worked, has it? He was, behind Verstappen? Russell pits. Is that a dummy? They're apparently saying that Red Bull came in and then went back in. Russell stops. Nice clean stop from George Russell. Crucial. I think it was Isaac Hadjar that's caused the McLaren pits race, isn't it? So, how much further does Max go now? Does he want? He probably wants an overcut on tyres, doesn't he, Max, over George Russell? But how many laps? That's going to be the critical part. I'm happy for Stroll to beat Alonso. Are you? Oh, no. Alonso all the way, in my opinion. But it's 0.8 between the two of them at the moment. Isaac. Right on the back of Lewis Hamilton. It's close, isn't it? Between the four of Isaac Hadjar, Hamilton, Piastri and Leclerc. That strategy call for Ferrari to pit under the VSC for the softs hasn't worked for Lewis, has it? He was, like I was saying, he was right behind Max Verstappen. in that battle up at the top 3 podium fight with potentially Antonelli, but it's taking him right out that, and he's now fighting for, at the moment, a P4, isn't it? Verstappen, if he pits now, it's 2 seconds, the gap to George Russell. Someone stop and give a VSC or something to for Max Verstappen. And if it happens again back-to-back race weekends, it happened in Barcelona. Verstappen, team radio. Yeah, Max Verstappen been told, let's extend as much as we can a little bit to get the tyre offset at the end and put him under a little bit of trouble. Antonelli, Russell. Russell a second of a lap faster. He needs to be that, doesn't he? Antonelli is half a second. 0.6. Antonelli faster than Verstappen. We're getting there. 24 laps to go. This is a strategy fight now, isn't it? We're all looking for some sort of offset. Kimi Antonelli's been absolutely flying so far. He's just got caught in battles. It just it's cost him a little bit, hasn't it? And the VSC pit didn't help him at all. I think he'd be the net leader of the race if it wasn't for that. Kimi can go further than everybody else. He's got 6 laps fresher than Max Verstappen, and he's really making that count now, isn't he? A second faster than Max Verstappen that lap. Stroll box to retire. Those Aston Martin team won't let Stroll beat Alonso. It's his dad's team, Kimi. They'll do everything for Stroll to beat Alonso. But he's retiring anyway before Fernando Alonso. That's 4 DNFs. We're looking at about 5 or 6 cars stopping every race, aren't we? Lewis is 2.5 behind Oscar. Leclerc. Oscar's flying. Half a second faster than Charles Leclerc. He's had a good race, hasn't he, Oscar Piastri? Norris pits. Charles not. We picked him for winning. He started second and he's currently 5th at the moment, looking in his rear view. Oscar with a move on. No, he's not going to go for a dive bomb here. Oscar Piastri is going to go for a dive bomb on Charles Leclerc. It's going to happen. What really Charles can do is just help McLaren. It's not looking good for a poor race from you. Out he goes. Nice move. Turn 3. Oscar Piastri up into P4. More pain for Charles Leclerc. Down to 5th. Started in 2nd place. And it couldn't have got more worse for him at the moment in this race. He just had no pace at any part, has he? From start to lap 48. He's really struggled, hasn't he? We were all talking up the Ferrari's new package, new engine, and we're looking at a McLaren beating the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc as it stands. How things change. Alonso is Lawrence's preferred son. Yeah, he could be, couldn't he? Norris, slow stop, that looks like. They were cleaning his rear wing and let him out alongside an Alpine. He's going to have to back off, hasn't he, to let him through for Franco Colapinto. Otherwise, it would have been an unsafe release. No further investigation for Ocon, yellow flags. My tyres are dead, says Max Verstappen. He's going to pit now, yeah. As Kimi Antonelli was a second behind Max Verstappen at that stage. Antonelli goes on to lead the race. He's got a 7-second gap to George Russell, or nearly 8-second gap to George Russell. Russell taking the best part of 1.5 seconds out of Kimi Antonelli at this stage. But he's got 6 laps hard advantage over George Russell as Kimi Antonelli when he pits. Verstappen comes out, 6 laps fresher tyres, then George Russell. It looks like he's a little bit behind, isn't he? 10 seconds he's got to make up. Brand new hard tyres. Antonelli, okay, Kimi, let's just maintain the focus. Lewis is closing onto the back of Charles Leclerc. He's about 0.6 faster than Charles Leclerc at the moment, Lewis Hamilton, that lap around. He was 0.3 faster than Oscar Piastri. And it looks like at best, Lewis can end up in a P4. Not the race win, not this weekend, unless something really dramatic happens up ahead of him. But what can Kimi do? What can Max do? Them three have kept it really good, haven't they? Not quite the race we wanted as Ferrari guys, but Max has kept this race alive, hasn't he? He's been brilliant. And let's hope he can go and steal the win of George Russell. For me personally, I'd love that. Lewis Hamilton, DRS. Is he going to make the move? My little boy comes in and gives us a little clap. Max Verstappen, 0.3 faster than George Russell. He needs a little bit more pace than that. Antonelli pits. What does he go for? A medium? Hards? We've all gone for the hard tyre. The tyre of choice, isn't it? It's a medium, hard option. Yeah. Do you get that feeling? Antonelli out, lap 52. This is it. Lewis and Charles switch up into 5th. Norris pit lane infringement. One is long. Claps a bit. Yeah. Like a little virtual safety car. Oh my God! Virtual safety car as Kimi Antonelli pits again just the lap before. There's a bloody bollard in the track. Kimi Antonelli pits twice and gets a safety car, virtual safety car, twice. The lap of or the lap after he's pit. How unlucky can you get? That's a Williams that took that out. It came back on track. Oh, the luck is not with Kimi at the moment, is it? That would have been perfect for him. It would have been absolutely perfect for him. It might have given him track position ahead of Max Verstappen on fresher tyres. Oh, it's just not with him. Oh, that is horrible. It's witchcraft, yes. It bloody feels like it's witchcraft. Oh, my God. When the gods don't want you to win, that's what it's almost like, isn't it? It's, well, come on, Max. It's down to you. Can you take the win of George Russell? 18 laps to go. A big 18 laps. We'll find out soon enough. Charles struggling again still. Exit. You can see Charles Leclerc's car snaking about. He's really struggled with the rear of this car all race. He's still in a podium position. He is Kimi Antonelli, but the pace this kid's had this weekend. Really unlucky with the call in the well, not the call, but the way his lap unfolded in qualifying. That meant he was P4, because if it was just on race pace, I think Kimi Antonelli takes this win. A 1:10.4, a tenth faster than Max Verstappen, and a half a second faster than George Russell that time. Kimi Antonelli. He's got 13 seconds to go. Oh, they're talking of rain on the radar. Pocket of rain. Jeez, if it rains here. We're talking about how hot it's been. I mean, we could get thunderstorm rain, isn't it? If we get a rain splash, jeez, that'd be dramatic. Lewis on the hunt of Oscar Piastri, 0.3 a lot faster. He's got 3 seconds to close the gap there. Antonelli, he's got 4.5 seconds to make on Max Verstappen, or 4.8 exactly, to get up into P2. That's possible. George Russell needs to just keep this car on track and hold an 8-second advantage over Max Verstappen. Rain would be interesting. It would be brilliant, wouldn't it? It's a big 15 laps now, isn't it? We need sort of George to, I don't know. A 12.7 last time around, a 10.7, sorry, for 5-second penalty for car 14 speeding in the pit lane again. Oh, penalty served. Oh, he's okay. Fernando Alonso served penalties. Nearly a minute behind. Nice. We've seen someone's head as Charles Leclerc and Hadjar battle it out. Charles Leclerc back on the inside. He's got the inside line. He'll take that into turn 4. Both lock up. Goes deep. Nice exit from Isaac Hadjar. Past Charles Leclerc. It's been a horrible race for Charles, hasn't it? I mean, he's on 19 lap old hards. He's got 9 laps fresher tyres as Isaac Hadjar over Charles Leclerc. He's been struggling really, hasn't he? Charles on team radio. These tyres are fooked. Yeah. Lewis Hamilton's lap times are now 0.3 slower than Oscar Piastri. Oscar's had a good race, really good race from Oscar Piastri. Good to see him back. Got ahead of Lando Norris early doors, and a really, really good race from there on afterwards. Lando Norris is all over the back of, hunting down Charles Leclerc. I mean, this could get from bad to worse for Charles, couldn't it? If he ends up in 8th. Started 2nd, finished 8th. It would be absolutely horrible for him, wouldn't it? George Russell replay is 7 seconds. Has he had a mistake? He has. He's run wide. He's not lost an awful lot of time, but a second he lost to Max Verstappen. Surely we should be getting a strike of black and white flag or whatever, black track limits for George Russell now. That sounds like the 2nd or 3rd time he's run wide like that. I know he's lost time, but the way they've been throwing track limits, they don't really care if you lose time or not. Max, 6/10 or 4/10 faster the 2nd time around as well. Let's see how this one pans out. Max and Kimi Antonelli doing exactly the same times, a 1:10.6 and a 1:11.0. Max's pace has been really good, hasn't it, on these hard set of tyres when he's taken them on. Kimi Antonelli not quite had that pace, blistering pace, or the pace a little bit more than Max Verstappen that we've seen in the first stint. Ping George Falls from that attitude. I think I'm praying for anything at the moment, isn't it? Just to get a Max win over George. It's 6 seconds a gap. Charles asking, what have we got to lose to stop again? Now, nothing that Lando Norris is going to pass him. Charles Leclerc. It's 3/10 the gap. He's a sitting duck to the McLaren. Charles Leclerc. I think Ferrari, just the way that they pitted so much earlier, 4 or 5 laps earlier than the pit window, I think they were sort of stuck with a 3-stop strategy, and it's not really the strategy, is it? Lewis Hamilton started 3rd, now 5th. Charles Leclerc 2nd, now 8th. And he's going to pit with 11 laps to go because, well, he's got a 40-second gap behind to Liam Lawson, but it's not really much point there. Fastest lap of the race, Kimi Antonelli, 10.3. He was 6/10 faster than Max Verstappen that last time around. Max Verstappen faster than George Russell, 4/10 that time around. The gap from Max Verstappen to George Russell, he's only now 5.5 seconds behind. Kimi Antonelli just under 4 seconds behind Max Verstappen. We've got 10 laps to go. This is the big one. He's already gained half the gap on George Russell has Max Verstappen. It was a 10-second gap, wasn't it? It's now 5. He's got the bit between his teeth. The last man you want hunting you down is Max Verstappen. And if he gets a sniff for victory, you can bet your bottom dollar he's not going to settle for a 2nd place podium, is he? He's going to put you in a position and go for the win. We need him to get into that DRS zone, don't we? The overtake zone. George has done well though. He's got out in front. He's managed. He's had a few runoffs though. His pace has not quite been there of the guys behind. But I think he's had lucky enough that the Ferraris that weren't quite fast enough have got in the mix and just kept them back a little bit, haven't they? The battle with Max and Lewis early doors. I mean, Max lost about 3 seconds fighting with Lewis Hamilton there, and that was just enough of a buffer. Kimi Antonelli was just way down, not a great start to the race for him, and that buffer from him going sort of being fifth to first and then fighting that place up, and it's just pitted the wrong side of the VSCs twice, unfortunately for him. And again, that's the buffer it's just sort of fallen for George Russell this race, isn't it? It's not one that you'd think he's gone out and taken the victory like he was just faster than everybody else. It's things have just happened, and he's got his lead ahead, hasn't he? So good lap from George Russell that time around, though. 1:11.1, and it was just an 11.0 from Max Verstappen. Kimi Antonelli with a 10.8, 3.2 now the gap. I think there's potential for the Antonelli second place. Lewis is, he's 4/10 slower than Oscar Piastri. Oscar drove well, hasn't he? A good P4 for him. He's 8 seconds back of the top 3, but he's a comfortable 4 seconds ahead of Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar, though, has got the pace and he's closing up on Lewis Hamilton. He's 4/10 of a lap faster at the moment. As things stand, is Lewis Hamilton and Isaac Hadjar, nothing between them. Lando Norris closing on Isaac, or they're close, aren't they? 1.8 seconds the gap between Norris and Isaac Hadjar, and the pair of them at the moment catching Lewis Hamilton. There's only 7 laps to go, though. Can Lewis hold on for a P5? Max Verstappen, that last lap, an 11.0 for Russell. Max and a 10.9. Kimi Antonelli, an 11.0. It's a stabilized lap that time around. These are the sort of the couple of laps that you need, aren't they? The equalizer laps from George Russell, where it just ekes away at the end. And has he just kept enough of the tyre at the end? It looks like it. As much as I've sort of hoped for someone to take this battle and the win to George Russell, it's not over yet. The gap's 5 seconds. But it's enough, isn't it? Took 4/10 on that last lap, 4.6. Good drive from George, yeah. Credit where credit's due. George Russell, he's done the job, hasn't he, so far? Still got 6 laps to go. I mean, the car could break down. We'd seen what happened with Kimi Antonelli last time out, wasn't it? With 3 or 4 laps to go, it just died. So I guess he'll have that fear at the back of his mind. Vote for driver of the day. Get your thoughts on invite driver of the day. I think for my driver of the day, I'm going to give it to Max Verstappen. I know George has done the job and probably you could say deserves it, but Max was absolutely brilliant early doors. Great fight with Antonelli and Charles Leclerc, and then great battle with Lewis Hamilton. And he's taken the fight to the Mercedes, hasn't he? In a car that's not quite there. I think, yeah, I'm going to give it Max Verstappen. Get in the comments, who have you got for driver of the day? 4 seconds a gap, 3.6. Half a second faster. Is it over yet? 5 laps to go. Kimi tried hard. Kimi's done a really good drive, hasn't he, as well, to be fair. You look at him now, he's 2.6. Half a second. Lawson raced on fire, so he's my pick. Yeah, he's had a good race, and he's now ahead of Arvid Lindblad at this stage in the race. They are on both the same sort of similar set of tyres. A good drive from Liam Lawson. Yeah, I can probably agree with all three of them, actually. Verstappen driver of the day. Yeah, I agree with you. Pedal to the metal head. I think you call you petrol head. Pedal to the metal head. I agree with you on that one. I can see Liam Lawson as well. That's a fair pick. And Kimi's tried hard. He's given it absolutely everything. He's been the fastest driver of the day, I think, as Kimi Antonelli. It's just not happened for him to be in there with a great result. I mean, is third a great result? No, I don't think so. I think he deserves more. I don't think that it's not a great result. I just think he deserves more. Good lap, the last lap from George Russell, an 11.5. Only a tenth he lost to Max Verstappen that time around, 3.4. Antonelli, 2 seconds to Max Verstappen. Yeah, I agree with you. Pedal to the metal. 4 to go. 3.4 the gap. 1.9 the gap between Antonelli and Max Verstappen now. Antonelli has been flying. If he can steal a second of Max Verstappen, it's almost like sausage sizzle. My mind went in the wrong place with that comment. Oh, God. Antonelli 1.6. Half a second in the last lap. We need like another 4 laps, isn't it? We always say that, or I always seem to say that, but I guess it's just these drivers have managed these races brilliantly, isn't it? It's just good management, not that you needed a couple of laps. It's the fact that they've managed what they had, and it's just really good driving to get to the end. Russell, 2.8 the gap, lap 69. Antonelli, 1.5 the gap. Will it be a last lap overtake with Antonelli and Max Verstappen? He's flying, this kid. He's absolutely flying. He came out nearly 14 seconds behind George Russell. It's now 3 seconds. 10 seconds the boy has taken out of George Russell. Kimi has been absolutely brilliant. I'm still sticking with Max Verstappen as driver right of the day, though. I think even if he gets a third place, just the fact that he's taken the race to the Mercedes. The big flop of the day has got to be Charles Leclerc, hasn't it? Anyone else for flop of the day? It's got to be Charles Leclerc. He's gone from second down to 8th. Absolutely a country mile off the pace. He's on soft tyres and he's still doing 10.8s. Whereas Kimi Antonelli on the hards, he did a 10.4 last time around. 2 seconds, the gap up ahead. A mistake from George now. He puts him in the mix, isn't it? And we've seen a few of them. Antonelli. is getting into the DRS boost zone of Max Verstappen. We're getting at the ending that we wanted. We're getting a battle at least for a podium position. Kimi Antonelli is in the boost mode now. It's under a second. Dun-dun, dun-dun, here he comes. Oh yeah, if Kimi Antonelli drives, maybe I'm just getting... do I give him driver of the day after that? If he gets a P2. Go on, Kimi. He's absolutely flying, this kid. He's been brilliant. The gap to Russell, 1.8. Russell just needs to keep it on track, really, doesn't he? Avoid a huge mistake. Antonelli, 0.8. Half a second, the gap. Final lap. It's just probably not enough, is it? And because the overtake zone is the next part, isn't it? Final lap. We've got an Aston Martin ahead of Max Verstappen that they've got to. He gets out the way well.
Very good.
Antonelli right under the nose of Max Verstappen. Out of turn 3, but I think he's going to hang on, isn't he? There's not really anywhere he can overtake now. George Russell ahead, 1.6 ahead. Then Max Verstappen, half a second. 0.3. Come on, Kimi. 4 corners to go. Can he hold on? Nice tight line from Kimi Antonelli. There'll be a race to the line, isn't it? Can he do it out of the final exit? Give every overtake push he can. George Russell he's got this win, hasn't he? A good drive from George Russell. Takes victory, finally, from pole position. Look behind! Kimi Antonelli, Max Verstappen to the line. Nothing in it. 0.3. What a drive from the pair of them, all 3 of them. Max Verstappen has been brilliant. Took the fight to the Mercedes guys in a car that, frankly, doesn't deserve to be there at the moment. They bought upgrades. They weren't quite there in qualifying, but in the race, he's kept them honest, hunting them right down to the end. Another podium. Brilliant drive from Max Verstappen. Just small margins in it. Kimi Antonelli, well, and he pit 1 lap later on both pits, he would have got the advantage of the virtual safety car. And right now, we'd be talking about a victory for Kimi Antonelli. But as it happens, that's the way it falls. Oscar Piastri comes home in 4th place. Lewis Hamilton in 5th. Not the great race that we wanted for the Ferraris. Not back-to-back wins. They go away, scratch their heads. They lose this one. 26 seconds behind the race winner. This time around, Lewis Hamilton, when he won the last one by 20 seconds. Isaac Hadjar in 6th place. I think he's had a good race. He's been fighting hard. Good battles throughout. Lando Norris in 7th. I think we're a little bit disappointed. He was qualified ahead of his teammate. He's finished 3 places behind his teammate. Not quite the race. Charles Leclerc in 8th place. You've got to say, probably the flop of the day, hasn't he? He qualified in 2nd place. Finished in 8th in the end. Liam Lawson, the man on fire, comes home ahead of his teammate. A well-deserved 9th place. Another one that you can say can deserve a driver of the day. He's had a brilliant drive. Early doors, was up racing Isaac Hadjar. Then the car on fire, managed to keep it all together, kept his head, beats his teammate in 10th place, Arvid Lindblad. The rookie, he can be really happy with his race weekend. He's done the job. 10th place, points, double points finish for the Racing Bulls. That's the top 10. George Russell will be very, very happy with the victory. He's finally done it, converted the pole to the win. And a yabba dabba doo, Mr. Flintstone for him. Great job. We've got a drink ready for him on the podium. Well, there we go, guys. Race is over. It wasn't quite the race or the emotions that we had in Barcelona. It was a very, very good race, though. And I'd really just wish Max Verstappen had nicked this. Really wish Max Verstappen had nicked this victory off George Russell, where he was, thought he's got the better of his teammate. And last weekend it was Lewis Hamilton, and this weekend would have been another great champion in Max Verstappen. But it's he's kept his championship challenge in play. Absolutely right, Kimi, on that one. It's been a really good drive for him. Perfect in the sense of everything that he could have asked for. His teammate finishes, but he's got a driver between him, so more points gained on Kimi Antonelli. Championship battle is now on with the two Mercedes boys. We were talking about championship battle with Ferrari and Lewis in next time out in Silverstone. We've only got a week to wait, and I think it will be a different race there. So I'm not counting them out just yet. Not the race that we wanted, not the pace with the upgrades that we wanted, but a very average race. Really good qualifying, got us all excited and emotional, but the race didn't quite happen for the Ferrari boys. But yeah, there we have it. That is the race done. Hope you enjoy the ceremonies. I will be doing a quick race preview or review, not preview. We've had the race preview. There'll be driver ratings coming early next week. Also, and then the preview to Silverstone, where I'll be doing watch out for that. Probably Wednesday should have that out. And then we'll have qualifying live stream and review with a live stream for the race on Sunday for Silverstone as well. So be sure to join me again. Thank you for keeping and watching along, guys. Thank you for your comments, Primcat, Kimi Phoenix, as always, and nice to have you along with us this weekend. Pedal to the metalhead. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. Nice to have you in the comment. Enjoy the champagne and the podium ceremonies. It's been a good race. Not quite a classic, but really, really good to see these guys fighting up at the front. It's been a good, tense battle. George Russell is your race winner. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon.